Well, welcome back to the show. I'm with Bobby from Ultimate Tax and Advisory Services. How are you, Bobby?
Going great, Michael. How are you?
I'm excellent.
That's
and it's that time of the year, I guess, where a lot of business people are now starting to reflect on how the year went or how it didn't.
How it didn't.
Maybe some of the mistakes we made along the way.
Unfortunately, that's a lot of regrets happen around this time of year. New year, then it's coming to the new calendar year, and so let's try new things for the business. Let's see what we learnt and what mistakes that we made and how can we better those. And that's where people really need to emphasise the time off if they're having any over this period.
Yeah. One thing I like about your practice, and even though Bobby's Ultimate Tax and Advisory, it is an advisory service. So you're very much into consulting and coaching and mentoring your business owners. Is this one of the times of year now where you get with your business owners now in the beginning of the new year going, okay, let's look at the mistakes, let's see what we can learn, and so we can plan better for the next coming 12 months?
That's exactly right. We like to go in, have an annual checkup. Well, we like to do quarterly or monthly checkups anyway, but for those people that don't use that service yet, we do an annual checkup or even 6 monthly, calendar year and end of calendar year and end of financial year, and we'll go, okay, let's see what's happened and let's have a chat, let's just have a discussion.
Do you find that people who use advisory services like yours, and not just yours, but you use everyone else's, but yours as well, do you find it gives them a little bit more time then to focus on what they do best, which is get their business operating, get more clients for themselves, do a bit more prospecting?
That's it. That's the good thing about business owners is they're very proactive and they're very entrepreneurial, which is amazing. But a lot of times we find that they don't want to utilise the services of anyone else because they think, I've been there, I've been done that, I can run my own business, rah. But the people that do consult and do get advice from other people and outsource, things that they don't need to do. Obviously, if you're a business owner, you've got a core function of your business. Do that well. We do what we do well, so give that to us and we can advise you better so you can do your core function even better.
Yeah, because I find a lot of business owners, they get, like, say we took like bookkeeping services in part of your business because you're a holistic approach, you've got bookkeeping services in there. And I used to find that while spending that hour and a half, 2 hours, probably 3 if I'm confessing, on just getting the zero, even though it's fairly automatic, but making sure everything is done properly. But I found that once I outsourced to guys like you, I could then spend more time actually talking to my clients and picking up more business. I actually made more money that way than what I was actually spending on the bookkeeping service.
You know what it is, Michael? It's not just I'm here to save money, and which it's, some people may think of it as an unnecessary expense, but on the flip side, what's the expense you're actually foregoing? Are you using that time to miss out on, most importantly, your family? Like, are you spending an afternoon doing your bookkeeping on a Sunday before the week starts, I should say? Are you missing out time with your young kids? Are you missing out time with your wife or husband, or if you're a grandfather or grandmother, your grandchildren, see them growing up? Or even if you're not even at a parental stage, you're missing out friends and family that you'd love to see, or because you're doing this mundane chore of ticking and flicking some numbers.
So I guess one of the resolutions that you're saying is just have a look at some of those things and look at the opportunity costs, those other things that you could be missing out because of this.
Exactly right. So what's the opportunity you could have missed? Could I have spent that 2 hours meeting with a new potential client? Or drumming up new marketing ideas, or drumming up a new if you're a product business, drumming up a new product. Who knows? You just don't know.
I mean, we were talking earlier, and I think this is where we can get, I call it distractions. We get these distractions on things that aren't our core business. And without naming, but you've run into this where obviously the businesses have been distracted because they actually didn't want your business. And then they complain we're not getting enough customers. I'm like going, typical.
I didn't think it would happen. Here's someone willing to spend a couple of $1,000s, who knows, on a function, and no replies or mediocre, and then stop all conversation and communication from then on.
It's interesting, and one of the people you were talking to, we're not going to name them, but they were a new business, so I knew where you would actually go for eateries, so try and keep it broad so we don't get identified, but Here they are new, you think they'd be grabbing at every single opportunity. But obviously they've been distracted. It's one of the mistakes business owners make in going, oh no, I've got to get my chairs right, I've got to get my furniture right, I've got to get my walls painted. Oh, no, we're a bit busy because we're doing our bookkeeping, we're getting making sure our accounts are done. It's like, hello, your number one thing is how about you just get some customers through the door,
making some sales and generating income.
Yeah.
And that's what people forget, because sometimes it's too hard. Selling is hard, it's not easy.
No.
Done the wrong way, however. You do it the right way, it's done.
And what gets me a lot of the times, because people talk about selling, and I see, most customers actually want to buy off you. They've found you, they're going, look, I need your product or your service. You just make it damn difficult, or in this case, impossible.
Almost impossible, exactly.
To spend your money with them.
And oh yes, no, you go.
No,
I was going to say, and it's this time of year, it's the Christmas, New Year period. There is a lot of people on, possibly in holiday mode, when businesses really should be ramping their services up. I mean, a lot of people, myself, in our industry, generally Christmas is the quiet time because people are, not concentrating on their tax or books or anything like that.
Yeah.
But this is where other businesses need to really ramp up. And unfortunately, what we wanted to do was in a scenario or industry where the businesses really needed to ramp up their marketing and sales.
Yeah.
Fell flat on their face.
Yeah, because they're too busy doing the organisational stuff, the practical stuff within inside the business, which is important.
Definitely.
But I've always had this analogy and this thing when I've started businesses, I always go, no. What you need to do is start with prospects first. Get your customers in the door and then start working out your procedures. Because the types of customers will work out your types of procedures.
That's right. And it's almost like, when you open your doors, almost like a beta test. Cool, let's get people in, see what they like, what we currently have. Do we need more of this? Are we too much of that? And that you just work your way from there, exactly. Work your system and procedures. All the systems and procedures, your business is different to every single other business in your industry.
Yeah.
There's not one straight line. Well, there's a few roads you need to take that are consistent, but your business is run your way, and you're going to do things totally different from Tom and Jerry and Sarah and Jane down the road.
Yeah.
So,
and I suppose the same for all business. When you're talking about mistakes we make during the year, maybe when we reflect back, there are times a year we have been distracted because, I've got to get the accounts done, I've got to get this done. And then we go, we've had a dip in customers, or dip in sales, or dip in profit. But when you reflect back before that dip occurred, it's probably because you started focusing on things that weren't your core business.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's always about, if you're developing new ideas, which I know as a new business we're trying it to achieve all the time, but then it's just you need to pull your reins back. I've said many times before, pull your reins back and just focus on your core, get that right, then focus on the satellites of your business, that I like to call it.
So this time of year, this is what you're recommending, is now's the time to be bluntly honest and do a really honest review.
Yep, and if you can't do it yourself, speak to a third person, ourselves, a fellow business owner that you know that is successful in your industry, or somebody that can really give you value and advice that really can, honest and constructive criticism. That's the main thing.
Fantastic. Bobby, Ultimate Tax and Advisor. I'm going to put the details below for Bobby. But we're going to take a break. You're going to hang around. We're going to talk a little bit more about this and go into a little bit more detail so you get some takeaways for this time of year. Any time of year that people are doing a review, really.
Exactly.
Yeah. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.